Nicholas is a successful and wealthy banker who resides in a large mansion in San Francisco. He recently turned 48 years old, and this date brings back painful memories of the tragic event of the suicide of his father, who also passed away at that age. Since then, Nicholas has become a withdrawn, cold and aloof man, devoting himself entirely to his work. He rarely has contact with people, and his connections with those around him are superficial. Even his personal life is empty. Nicholas is lonely and maintains only business contacts. He enjoys his success, but also feels that something important in his life is slipping away, as if a mental emptiness is filling him from within. For his birthday, his younger brother Conrad arrives unexpectedly. They were once close, but now they hardly ever see each other. Conrad is the complete opposite of Nicholas. He is carefree, emotionally prone to adventure, and it seems his life is nowhere near as successful as Nicholas's. He brings an unusual gift of participation in a game organized by a mysterious corporation. Conrad assures Nicholas that it will change his life. He describes as a unique and transformative experience that will help him rethink his outlook on life and get out of his usual routine. At first, Nicholas is skeptical of the offer, but driven by curiosity, decides to accept. He goes there to the office, where he is offered to undergo a series of tests: psychological, physical, and medical. He is shown various videos and asked strange questions related to his personal life and emotional state. Nicholas begins to feel discomfort and suspicion, but decides it's just part of the process. After the tests are completed, an event staff member informs him that his participation in the game has been rejected for unknown reasons. Nicholas, thinking this is all some kind of weird joke or a waste of time, goes back to his daily life. He thinks that this is the end of it, and the game will never start. However, soon strange and frightening events begin to happen in his life. The first ominous signal is the appearance of a clown doll at his house, an exact copy of a toy he saw as a child, associated with his father. Nicholas realizes that this is clearly not an accident. Later, while watching the news, the anchor suddenly addresses him directly with the message that the game has begun. This event causes Nicholas bewilderment and anxiety as the reality in which he is used to exist begins to distort. Gradually, his life begins to fall apart. First, he discovers that his bank accounts are emptied, his entire fortune has disappeared, and he cannot recover the money. His company faces serious problems. His employees begin to behave strangely, and his business partners refuse to communicate with him. Nicholas feels trapped and loses control of the situation, and every day the situation worsens. Meetings with business partners that were previously routine turn into chaos. His stocks lose value, his deals fall through, and he realizes that not only his mental state, but everything he has in life is at stake in this game. During one of these crisis moments, Nicholas runs into a woman named Christina who works as a waitress at a cafe. The two cross paths by chance as Nicholas tries to escape the pursuit of strange people he believes are involved. Christina at first seems like a simple random passerby, but it soon becomes clear that she is also involved in the game. She claims to be working for them, but unexpectedly finds herself a victim of the organization herself. Nicholas sees Christine being tricked into the game, and they both find themselves together in a situation where they have to flee from unknown pursuers. The two of them get involved in a fierce firefight while trying to escape from the agents of this game, who seem to be willing to do anything to destroy them. They escape and hide in a hotel, where Christina tells Nicholas that this is not just an entertainment company. She assures him that the whole game is a conspiracy to rob him of all his money, reputation, and life. Christina explains that Nicholas has become a target and now either financial ruin or death awaits him. She reveals that his entire life has been scrutinized and the game has been planned to destroy him step by step. Nicholas sinks further and further into paranoia and begins to doubt who he can trust. He is no longer sure that Christina is really on his side, but he has no choice. He has to rely on her to survive. They try to work out a plan together to expose and save themselves. However, every step they take seems futile. They are overtaken again and again by their pursuers, and Nicholas feels he is losing control of his life. At one point, they take refuge in a hotel, where Nicholas decides to use his last money to book a room and contemplate his next move. He begins to suspect that he may be being watched even in that room, and tries to disable any devices that could be used against him. Soon they realize that the game has gone too far, and there is another confrontation with these people. During one of the conflicts, Nicholas loses control of the situation, and this leads to his meeting with Conrad. He looks exhausted and in fear, claiming to be a victim of this game himself. Conrad apologizes to his brother, saying that he didn't mean for things to go this far. He reveals that they are going to take them both out, and now they need to escape immediately. Nicholas realizes that his life hangs in the balance and his brother is now in danger as well. Conrad admits that he didn't think the game would be so destructive, and that he was misled when he agreed to give such a gift. While on the run from the agents, they make their way into one of the company's office buildings, where another confrontation occurs. In this chaotic environment, Conrad is suddenly killed in front of Nicholas. This happens as a result of a tragic accident. Nicholas, in despair and guilt, begins to realize that the game is finally out of control, and now he has lost everything, including the only person close to him, his brother. Nicholas no longer sees any point in continuing the fight. He climbs to the roof of the building, determined to end it all. Broken by grief and fear, he jumps down, accepting that his life has changed forever. This was supposed to be the end. However, Nicholas lands on a huge air mattress that was specially prepared for his fall. He is shocked and can't believe his eyes. In front of him are people cheering him on, among them Conrad, who is alive and well. It turns out that everything that happened to him was carefully planned. Even the death of his brother was staged to cause Nicholas the greatest emotional distress and make him reconsider his views on life. Conrad explains that this whole game was not an attempt to destroy him, but to help him. The idea was to shatter his illusion of control and power by making him feel truly vulnerable and helpless. Nicholas, who had always considered himself untouchable and in control of every detail of his life, suddenly realizes that he is not omnipotent. This experience was designed to make him reevaluate his life priorities and realize that his isolation and loneliness are the result of his own choices. Now, after all his experiences, he can begin to build a new life, free from the illusions of control, and learn to appreciate the people around him. Nicholas, stunned by what has happened, accepts his brother's hand and realizes that this game has truly